Hello YouTube! Today on the Naughty Librarian, I am going over some kick-ass ladies. March is International Women's Month, so I've compiled a few of my favorite heroines, and I mean, honestly, it was really hard to do because I mainly read books about women. Like 90% of the books I read are written about women by women. So narrowing it down was very hard, but these are just a few of my favorite female characters who I definitely consider to be heroes of their story. Sometimes they're complicated, but there were certain criteria that they had to meet in my head to be considered an actual heroine. And one of them was sticking up for people who can't defend themselves, and 2 was being willing to self-sacrifice. And 3, being able to, having a heart, essentially. Letting people in and showing vulnerability, maybe not to everyone, but having that vulnerable moment. So those are 3 criteria that were going around my head that really makes a heroine a heroine. So here's my list. It's kind of, a lot of these heroines are very similar, but one of them's very different. But yeah, anyway, let's talk about some kick-ass ladies. How would this video even work if I didn't mention Mia Corvere from the Nevernight series by Kristoff? I don't know how it would work. I probably wouldn't. So Mia is a complicated heroine. She's an assassin and kills a lot of people, so you wouldn't think, hey, this is a heroine, but kind of a heroine. I appreciate her. She has a lot of qualities that I look for in an actual heroine. She does stick up for people who aren't able to stick up for themselves. Quite a few times she does take on other people's debt. Not debt, but they have some debts they need to pay out and they're not able to do it, so Mia's like, I got this. You deserve some revenge. Also, she is self-sacrificing. She will put herself out there and be willing to sacrifice herself to save another person that deserves to be saved. She has her own moral code, and so many times in this you find out she does actually have a heart. I mean, she is an assassin and a murderous bitch, but she does have a heart underneath it all. And that's that vulnerability I was looking for. Yes, she's an assassin, and yeah, she kills a lot of people throughout the series. However, she doesn't go after people who don't really deserve it. She does go after people who kind of deserve someone killing them. I mean, to a lesser degree sometimes, she is paid to do that. But, I mean, she's not going out, hunting soccer moms, so to speak. So, she does have her own moral code and, what is deserved and not deserved. There are people, she's like, hey, you suffered and you didn't deserve that. She's able to still recognize that in other people. She's not shut out completely. She does have a heart underneath this bitch exterior, and that's why I like her. Also, I have to bring up my favorite fire-breathing bitch queen, Celia Sardathian, aka Aelin Galathynius. I love the Throne of Glass series. That's not really a secret. I've mentioned it several times before, but I really like Celia/Aylan. Let's just say Aylan because she's Aylan for more times than she's Celia in the series. Sorry, secret identity time. You've been spoiled. I mean, it's been out long enough, you already know. Aylan has self-sacrifice down. She is very clever and realizes, I know I need to do this for things to get better for other people, but in order for that to happen, I know I'm going to be in a lot of pain, physically and emotionally, and she's willing to pay that price in order to achieve the greater good. She does have vulnerability still. She still forms friendships and has relationships with other people, and I feel like if you are her friend, you are ride or die. She doesn't make friendships lightly. So she still has vulnerability where she lets people into her heart and she allows people to see her heart, but most of the world doesn't get that. So she does have that vulnerability, and if you're a friend of hers, you're ride or die. She's very loyal. Also, she does stick up for people who can't defend themselves. There's a lot of people out there in this world that she thinks she needs to defend and help, because evil shit is gonna happen to them otherwise. So she does put herself in harm's way in order to protect people she sees as innocent. So she does, step up to protect the greater good, to protect her people. She's standing up and facing a lot of enemies, even though she knows, this is gonna hurt a lot. So she's like full on willing to accept the consequences of doing the right thing. And sometimes those consequences are rather large. So I do really love her. I mean, she also is referred to as a fire-breathing bitch queen. So she does have her own personality problems. But I do like her overall. She has all of those qualities I look for in a really, really well-rounded, good heroine. One of my favorite heroines is Celia Word, and that is part of the Weird Girls series, starting with Sealed with a Curse by Cecy Robson. This book in particular, I haven't really seen in a lot of places. Okay, sorry, pause for a second. It's pouring rain right now when I'm filming this. It is rainy season in Los Angeles, so you might hear some rain. This is one of my favorite urban fantasy series. Like, I love it intensely. So I really, really highly recommend trying this out. The first book of the series is Sealed with a Curse. I think it's only a few bucks on Kindle, so if you don't want to like invest a lot, I do recommend it highly. I love it to bits. And in particular, Celia is wonderful. She's kind of, it's basically there's this group of sisters, and they're not necessarily magical, but they get like cursed into having magical abilities. So they're the Weird Sisters. And they get thrust into this magical world with like vampires and shifters and magicians and all that kind of jazz. And they're like, but we didn't choose this. We kind of got cursed into having magic. And all of the sisters kind of have their own thing going on. In particular, Celia is a tigress. She doesn't say she's a tiger shifter, she is a tigress. She is literally a tiger and a human at the same time. She is the oldest sister and therefore the caretaker for the other sisters. They've all kind of had to raise themselves. Again, cursed. They don't really have parents around. And the series it's so good. It's so good. Oh my gosh. There is a pack of werewolves. There is a pack of vampires. Celia's kind of in the middle of that. And oh man, please read this series, guys. If you trust anything I say about books, trust me that this series will be amazing for you and it will change your life. It is hilarious and it's also so heartbreaking at times. Like, I have been laughing hysterically and ugly crying during this series at different times. It's legit amazing. I love it so much. And Celia's story in particular, she's very nurturing and takes care of all of her family, and she would die for them. Hands down. The people she loves, she will do anything for. So she's very self-sacrificing in that regard. She has a lot of vulnerability in what's happening to her. She will self-sacrifice to protect someone else. And also she does protect innocent humans from the supernatural world. If a vampire's out trying to kill a human, she's be like, no, motherfucker, I'm a tiger. So she protects the innocent. She stands up for what she believes in. She like helps her family. She will do anything for them, and she has these loving connections in her heart. And if you're in her heart, she's ride or die again. So yes, Celia Word, incredible heroine. I cannot recommend this enough. Please believe me. If you actually go out and get this series and read it and you love it, please comment down below because I will love you intensely. It's so good. I wish more people would read this. It's incredible. Kind of an outlier on my favorite heroines list is Emma from the Duchess Steal by Tessa. So the other books I've had on this list so far, and after this one too, are going to be all kind of urban fantasy or regular fantasy related because you get a lot of heroes there. And this one is more, historical fiction, historical romance in particular. But Emma I really liked. She's always stuck in my head as like a person I'd want to be friends with. So Emma's backstory, she has kind of suffered a lot due to other people, and she's never gone after them and tried to seek revenge. She's just like, you know what, I'm gonna like pick myself up by my bootstraps and get my shit together. And she's very resilient, and also if she sees someone else who's hurting and in distress and needs help, she will step in and help. She's really into that, especially for other women in this time period, the Regency era. There are women who find themselves in a delicate disposition, so to speak, and she's like, I'll help you, like, don't worry. Like, this almost happened to me before. I'll help you. So she's very much going out of her way to try to help other people. And she sticks up for what she believes in, and she's just very resilient, and I really like her a lot. So that's why she's on my favorite heroines list. She's not really, an action-adventure star, but I like her a lot. I think she has like more of a quiet heroism that I really enjoy. Last up on this list of favorite heroines is, of course, Kate Daniels from the Kate Daniels series by Ilona Andrews, the first book of which is called Magic Bites. Now, Kate Daniels is going back to like good old urban fantasy action adventure heroine era where she is very self-sacrificing. She knows that like in order to save the world she has to die. She's like, well, I'm gonna make my preparations because the world has to survive. And if I have to die to do it, then I'll do it. So she's very self-sacrificing. She's also just badass in general. She has a lot of secrets and a lot of, you know, messed up things in her past. And if she lets you in, like she is full on in. Again, the vulnerability of letting someone in still when you don't want to. She still lets them in. She takes care of people who can't take care of themselves, especially like kids in particular. Like she'll stand up for them and be like, hey, I know you're in a bad place. Like, let me help you. She puts herself in situations maybe she could have stayed out of, but she puts herself in the situation because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do to protect people, and it's the right thing to do to protect kids, and she goes out of her way in order to do that. You know, she would, you know, take the punch directed at a child, obviously, but she's basically self-sacrificing. She would, you know, stand up for what she believes in, what's right, and what has to be done, she'll do it. Badass, cool heroine, also has some vulnerability about her, love. So yeah, so those are just a few of my favorite heroines. Like, it's really hard to narrow down the list because I read so many books with heroines that I love. But these in particular are like ride or die heroines. You know what I mean? Like my criteria for like a true heroine. There's other characters I was almost going to put on this list, but then I felt like they're not really the hero of the story. They're more of the protagonist of the story, which is a difference. Because a protagonist is just who's telling the story, who the story is about. They're not necessarily the hero of the story. So yeah, that was my criteria, which is hard to narrow down, but also easier to narrow down when you think of it that way. Like, I had to say, like, is this the protagonist or is this the hero? That's kind of my goal here. Let me know in a comment down below, who are some of your favorite female heroes in any book of any genre? Who are some of your favorite female heroes? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon.